Alright, g'day, and welcome. Mission 1 done. Ooh, smells kind of whippersnippery and gassy and swamp gassy in here. Yes, very swamp gassy. Why would it smell swamp gas in here? Well, Exhibit A. Some jackass felled the tree partially in water. What kind of human being in broad daylight in polite society follows a tree partially in the water that you have to go get after? And that water that it fell into is right at the swampy part of the lake, and but it's also right near the aesthetic dock. So some jackass fell this tree in the water. What probably happened, if I had to guess at it, is he probably was trying to follow it along the shoreline. Right, perfectly fine, but there was probably other trees that he was worried about getting snagged in, and one big long branch that would, he was probably hoping that would just spin the tree, and it would, the branch would give way and let it go down instead of the branch holding it up and spinning it into the water. Well, of course the branch looked like it spun it into the water, right? So that jackass then had to tie that tree to the shoreline so it wouldn't sink into the water anymore. It's about a 40-foot tall tree, so not a beast of a tree. But if it was any bigger, you know, if it was any bigger, the jackass guy would probably be cursing. That jackass guy, that was me. But I got it out of there. I had to put my chainsaw boots on because it was one of those areas where like the beach was there and it didn't fall at the beach. It fell at like kind of a bit of a drop off there. So if you take one wrong step, you'll be in 4 feet of water or 5 feet of water, you know, with a chainsaw, right? And I didn't want to do that. So what I did is I just roped it, cut the heavy butt end off, pulled it up a couple inches, cut a bunch of branches off because it's a spruce, right? So it's completely waterlogged. So then what I do is I pull it up a couple inches, cut another like 4 or 5 feet off of it, pull it up another couple of inches, cut more branches off until I can, you know, get it, wrestle it up a bit more, and then cut another couple of feet off of it. And, you know, cut a couple more branches, wiggle it up a bit more, and then once it gets to the point where it's light enough where you can kind of porpoise it onto shore, then you cut it in big sections and drag it away. So I didn't get it all cleaned up, but I did get it out of the water. And I might have 2 more little trees like that too, but they're smaller, so they should come out of the water a lot easier. But I tied them to the shore just so they don't keep working their way in. So yeah. So that was my morning. Now I gotta go do fence post up. It's not too hot today, but a few things I gotta get done. That's bumpy, very bumpy. So anyway, let's get back to talking about bases again. Yeah. So yeah, as a songwriter, having tools that can kind of do everything, like, you look at instruments differently. You know, like as a like collector, you'll look at basses and guitars and what have you differently. Like what's their value going to be in the future, kind of thing. You know, are you buying it because it's a retro reissue or something like that? You know, classic reissue or something. When you're a writing musician, you might not necessarily buy the tool that is the best at one thing, but that can do a whole bunch of things, like a 7-string guitar. Not the easiest of things to play, but definitely something that you know, sonically is a great writing tool for sure. And the 6-string bass kind of falls into that category, where you might not be able to slap funk like you can on a 4-string because it's easier on the 4-string, but you can still do it. You know, you're going to work a little harder, but you can still do it on the 6-string. Plus, you get all those other sonic advantages of the 6 bass amp, and I'm gonna get a good bass amp. Like I say, there's no point in buying cheap stuff just to say I got it all, because then it's like, okay, now I gotta upgrade this in the future. Just buy it, do without, get what you can get, but get good. You know what I mean? So like the double bass pedal, that one I'll probably do payments for.